go over year 2021 on Emily Reader. It's all practice exam 1 now. Everything now will be practice exam 1, and it's question 18. The whole question has 5. I'm only write 3 here because each of my office hour video should be within 5 minutes, sort of. And we are going to work on this 3. My first question will be, are they all the same category or not? That should be the primary step you're working on this. The way to figure out this will be, do I have a metal? Calcium is a metal. Not transition metal or not? Yes. So we need to figure out which one is metal or not. Calcium is a metal, copper is a metal. Here, C, carbon is non-metal. CCl, Cl is non-metal. So if it's non-metal and a non-metal, that's covalent compound or molecular compound. It does not have ion. So this is, I would say, molecular compound. So I use CMPD in my class. The one with metal and non-metal. So I'm talking about the bond between this. It's non-metal and non-metal. So if it's metal and non-metal, the bond between this one can be formally, the bond between this one can be formally shifted to positive and negative. This is called ionic compound. Before we start to work on name them, that should be the first step. On the reader, which I only show in today's class with the table, but the category, ionic, molecular, or aqueous acid is what I was referring to. So before you start to apply the rules, that I know I emphasized this in the class, you should first figure out the category. So the first one, non-metal and non-metal, that's molecular compound. When it's molecular compound, you don't even need to go to the ionic one because it's another category. And all the molecular compounds you will be seeing are binary in 2A. I'll say, okay. So there are no transition metal at all. All you need to care is how many of them. So there's only 1 carbon. There are 4 chlorine. And the only thing you need to think about changing their name with is the second one, the NL. So change into IDE, N with IDE. And that's the molecular prefix if you, I was emphasizing the organic one, but molecular ones you were working on this. And I assume that's some of the high school knowledge, so I'm just reviewing parts of that. If that's okay? Okay, so the first one shouldn't be too hard, right? So it's carbon, 4 is, the only hard part is 4 is tetra. I'll say that's the only hard part. So carbon tetrachloride. You got? Okay, so carbon chloride. Okay. Next one, metal and non-metal. Metal with formal positive, oxide with formal negative. Okay, formal negative. So calcium is carbon. I'm writing how I think now, calcium. Oxide, that's oxygen. Each oxygen have 2 minus. So I don't need to do any more math, just put them together. So the final answer should be CaO, because I don't need to do any math. There are cases that's different that you probably will do some simple math with, Okay, this is the transition metal that we were referring to. I'm giving the English name. It's English because I see the Roman number. This is English. So we'll write the compound formula and also practice on writing its Latin name. Good? Okay. Copper, Cu. It's already telling me the oxidation states because there are 2 plus. Okay, oxalate. I'm also showing the page, but if I also show this in my today's class as well, I'm just going to find it. So oxalate is C2O4. It's one of those polyatomic anion that should be in your brain. Okay, so C2O4. Okay, C2O4 2 minus. And since it's already 2 minus, I don't need to do any math. I just put them together. Yes, okay. So C204. That's done for the what I'm asking for this specific exams, but just for exercise, let's write its Latin name. And write the Latin name, as I said, copper. What's the charge for copper? Oxidation, possible. Copper. Positive 1 and 2, right? Okay, then positive 2 is the lower or higher? It's the higher. So the other name of this should be, writes exactly as it is, CuPr. Okay, CuPr. We just did the determination because copper can have positive 1 and positive 2. This one, the higher one, is positive 2, right? It's the higher one, so should end with IC. So that's how it works with the 99. And it doesn't change this NL's name, it only changed the English name of that. That's okay? Sounds good?